So I just want to do a quick one on the base. This was printed at 0.2 because you can see there's not too much detail. I've sprayed a layer of filler primer and I've added a coat of wood filler and added a second coat of wood filler just on the Iron Man front. I'm going to wait for this to dry and then I'm going to add one, maybe two coats of spray putty. I added two more layers of the spray putty, and unfortunately I did it whilst it was raining, so you might be able to see some slight sort of indented holes in there. Hoping the the paint itself will clear it up. I've now got some cheap black and white acrylic. I've put them onto my palette and I've got white on its own, and I've mixed together what I'd say is a reasonably light or mid-grey consistency. So now I'm just going to slap it all over the base. Layers of the grey have now dried. It's got a relatively solid base there. I've now mixed together some dipping wash with water at 50-50, and once again I'm just going to slap it all over. Over the top, not too bothered, get pretty thin. Over the letters, I'm going to do it quite thin, but I do want to make sure that I get a solid black line around each letter. So I'm going to go around, but I'll probably, after this dries, go again around the letters to make sure this is so it does have a solid block. So the wash is now dried. As expected, it's a bit glossy because it's a mix of a dipping wash. I've now got a little bit more. I'm just going around each of the letters just to create a bit more depth. Hopefully then, once I go around with the dry brush, it will, one, pick out the letters a lot more, but two, it will cover up this glossy effect. I'm just going to really quickly go over the sort of three layers of, well, 2 layers of grey and then a final highlight of white. The first layer of grey is pretty much the slightly lighter than the colour I put on for the base, and it is a dry brush, but I've still got quite a lot of it on the brush, so it's a heavy dry brush. And the reason for that is because, as I mentioned, the wash that I've got is quite glossy, and personally I find with a big rock like this, it's quite nice that you can just slap it on and it adds quite a nice heavy matte cover, which is a slightly different tone to the original base. So I'll go over that and I'll come back. Because I used the dipping formula, I didn't water it down enough, so it just became too glossy. So what I've done is, with that same grey I was using, I mean essentially 90% with water, I've just washed over the entire base. And I'm really hoping, I think it already has, it's just bringing down that slight over gloss of the black, but still retained a lot of the shade. So I'll wait for that to dry and fingers crossed. So that's all dried, and I think it's really reduced that glossy look. I've added a bit more white to the grey paint, so it's a much lighter grey. And now I'm just adding a slightly lighter, maybe a little bit more focused dry brush with this, but I intend to go over pretty much 90% of the model with it. Now the final level is just a dry brush of straight white, hitting only the front, the tops of the lettering, and then just going a bit around the sides as well. So I'll work my way back, bearing in mind his body's here, so it's a bit more central. And again, on the other side. So nice and easy on the base. I think I'm done for now. I really do enjoy this technique because it kind of takes away a bit of the control, creates a more sporadic damaged effect, and I really did want to go over the top. So yeah, I'm happy. Hope you enjoyed.